Welcome to the We Level Up Treatment Center video series. In today's video we will discuss the real price of 8 ball of coke and how coke abuse can lead to addiction. An 8 ball of coke is pronounced 8 ball of coke, and is called an 8 ball because it is 1/8 of an ounce in weight. An 8 ball of coke reference to an eighth of an ounce equates to 3.5 grams of cocaine. How many grams in an 8 ball of coke? How many grams is in an 8 ball? The amount of cocaine is exactly 3.5 grams. What is coke? How is coke used? Cocaine's common nickname is coke. Cocaine is a stimulant. Cocaine's dual use in legal and illicit medications is an intriguing aspect of the drug. Those who inject, smoke, or snort it as a method of use. Additionally, people drink coke because it raises the dopamine levels in their brains. Coca leaves are used to make coke. The ways, duration, frequency, and dosage in which cocaine is abused determine the affects that are experienced by the user. Coke is pricey to buy, which may be one of the reasons why many wealthy individuals have a tendency to become hooked to it. The following are a few side effects of the drug: moodiness, restlessness, increase in awareness, tendency to cause violent behaviors. How much does an 8 ball of coke cost? What is an 8 ball of coke price in the street? Finding out the precise cost of an 8 ball of coke can be challenging. The price of an 8 ball of coke depends on location, current supply, and demand. Agents of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency, DEA, occasionally have trouble understanding it. How much is an 8 ball of crack? The price of an 8 ball of coke might vary depending on your area and purity, is the reply. The best answer to the question, how much is an 8 ball of cocaine? Is thus typically around $100. However, estimates indicate that an 8 ball of cocaine may often cost between $200 and $400. How much does an 8 ball of cocaine cost? The price of an 8 ball of coke is significantly influenced by the cocaine's purity. To make the substance weigh heavier and increase its price, many drug dealers employ cutting agents including fentanyl, boric acid, and laundry detergent. Addicts to cocaine could find themselves in a dire financial situation. In addition to harming your relationships and health, cocaine addiction can also be expensive to maintain. How much does cocaine cost? On the open market, a gram of cocaine can be purchased for anywhere from $25 and $200. Cocaine prices are influenced by location, purity level, and world events. The cost of an 8 ball of coke can vary depending on your geographic location and the quality of the cocaine. Generally speaking, an 8 ball of cocaine can range in price from $200 to $400. Warning: you can pay a high price for an 8 ball of coke. You will undoubtedly spend a lot of money on an 8 ball coke, but there may be other costs. You might lose your family, your career, your health, and possibly your life if you develop an addiction to 8 ball of cocaine. Cocaine use can have a negative impact on a person's life. Cocaine is one of the deadliest narcotics, causing overdoses and fatalities, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, NIDA. Numerous thousands of people overdose on cocaine each year and pass away. Additionally, every year more people develop a cocaine addiction. Some users who battle with cocaine addiction attempt to obtain help but end up relapsing. This is because it can be difficult to cease using cocaine. However, it is possible. Now is a wonderful moment to seek help if you are addicted to cocaine and take control of your use of this risky substance. What is 8 ball of coke weight? How many grams in an 8 ball of cocaine? The answer to how many grams in an 8 ball is that an 8 ball of coke is 3.5 grams of cocaine. Whatever perspective you take, cocaine has the potential to be addictive and to cost you more than just your hard-earned money. But many people have successfully overcome their cocaine addiction, and you can too. Always keep in mind that when dealing with a cocaine addiction, or any other form of addiction for that matter, a person may occasionally need aid. If this individual happens to be you, you shouldn't feel awful. Everyone occasionally needs a helping hand. The negative effects of an 8 ball of coke. Cocaine is frequently referred to as crack coke, and crack cocaine. This illegal substance is an alkaloid derived from coca leaves that are grown on the Erythroxylon coca plant in South America. Because cocaine is a Schedule II substance with a significant potential for abuse and addiction, It has a recognized medical application. Cocaine is used in medicine as a topical anesthetic and a vasoconstrictor. It wouldn't, however, be offered in any pharmacy or recommended to patients like a typical painkiller would. Cocaine is a stimulant of the central nervous system, affecting the levels of dopamine and norepinephrine to create a euphoric and energizing high. Common 8-ball cocaine effects include anxiety, paranoia, increased heart rate, increased sense of confidence, high energy and alertness, increased blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, decreased appetite, impaired judgment, irritability or aggression, muscles twitch or tremors, poor decision making, hallucinations, seeing or hearing things that aren't there. Another risk associated with this drug is overdose. A cocaine overdose frequently occurs in first-time users who are unsure of how much to take or in long-term users with a strong tolerance to the drug. How habituated the body is to a particular medicine is referred to as tolerance. The higher the tolerance, the higher the dose someone would have to take to experience the same cocaine side effects. Additionally, the cutting agents used in coke frequently range from household cleaners to paint thinner, which raises the risk of overdosing and other health problems. Learn about the long-term health risks of heavy cocaine use. Buying an 8-ball of coke is a sign of cocaine abuse and addiction because this is an excessive amount of drugs that can, over time, cause serious health risks and consequences. Chronic, strong cocaine usage has risks that can include psychosis, loss of touch with reality, brain damage, heart problems, mood problems, changes in vision or vision loss, nasal damage, increased risk for blood-borne diseases such as HIV, hepatitis C, respiratory distress, liver and lung damage. Every element of a person's life can be impacted by frequent and extensive cocaine use. Once they become dependent, their drug use may become more important to them than their relationships, jobs, diets, and general well-being. This medicine can lead to expensive, risky habits that might be challenging to break on your own. Do you have any of these physical signs or symptoms? Tremors, insomnia, promiscuity, dilated pupils, burn marks on the lips, nosebleeds or sores around the nasal area from sniffing the drug, rapid jaw movement, jaw locking or teeth clenching, red eyes, excitement, talkativeness, lack of appetite, constant sniffing, needle marks if the user injects the drug. What are the psychiatric symptoms of 8-ball of coke addiction? Agitation, violence, paranoia, delusions, hallucinations, suicidal thinking, homicidal thinking, other comorbid psychiatric disorders. What are the behavioral signs and symptoms of 8-ball of coke addiction? Decreased hygiene, secretive behavior, aggressive or agitated behavior, repetitive or stereotyped behavior, unusual social or sexual behavior, changed personality, isolated behavior or increased need for privacy, financial difficulties, use of cocaine slang, poor performance at work or school. What are the symptoms of cocaine overdose? Mild symptoms include extreme anxiety or agitation, high blood pressure, high temperature and sweating, hallucinations. Severe symptoms include heart attack, irregular heart rhythm, stroke, seizures, trouble breathing. Treatment for cocaine addiction. Millions of people in the United States use cocaine each year. At least 1 million live with a cocaine use disorder. Treatment for cocaine addiction generally begins with cocaine detox, followed by an inpatient rehab program. Treatment for cocaine addiction may include medically assisted detox, behavioral therapy, support groups, medication assisted treatment, MAT, aftercare support. What is a cocaine overdose? Over 14,600 persons in the United States overdosed on cocaine in 2018, According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, NIDA, since 2013, the number of these deaths has increased. During a cocaine overdose, the brain and body become dangerously overstimulated, resulting in an increased heart rate, and may lead to lethal levels. Mixing cocaine and alcohol dangers. Combining cocaine and alcohol is extremely risky since it results in the production of coca-ethylene, a potent toxin in the body. Coca-ethylene can exacerbate cardiotoxic effects by raising the heart rate and increasing the concentration of cocaine in the bloodstream. For example, coca-ethylene is removed from the body even more slowly than cocaine. 8-ball of coke addiction treatment. Treatment for cocaine addiction can vary depending on each individual, but typically includes behavioral therapy, medication, assisted treatment, or a combination of both. Some people may also benefit from joining a support group or participating in an online community. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is typically the main type of behavioral therapy used to treat cocaine addiction. This therapy focuses on helping patients to identify and address their drug-related cravings and managing their stress levels. Additionally, medications such as disulfiram or naltrexone can be used to help reduce cocaine cravings and to help prevent relapse. Counseling and psychotherapy are also often used to help individuals address underlying psychological issues that may be contributing to addictive behavior. Cocaine addiction is difficult to recover from, but it can be treated. That's it for today. If you like our video, please let us know. Have a great day.